Yep. All right, Focus Telecom. Sanjay Kapoor joins us and Naveen Kulkarni to talk about that. When should we expect a price hike from telecom companies? And if yes, is it logical to assume that one side the data war has started on broadband? Could there be a price hike? So Sanjay, Naveen, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Sanjay, my sincere thank you to you. You've been brilliantly articulating and helping our viewers to understand and decode the complexities of telecom sector. So my question is, telecom companies are crying for a hike, and just when the price hike looked inevitable, Reliance comes with a price drop in broadband. So that just tells you that they're not done disrupting the space.
Morning, Nikunjan. Good morning to the viewers. Yes, your inhibition could be partially correct for a simple reason that Reliance Jio is yet to make a mark on their fixed line broadband. They had announced very ambitious plans and very large numbers. One has not heard post that. So I guess they have not rolled out in as many cities as they said, and probably they don't have as many customers as they had envisaged. So I think it's clearly a challenger syndrome over there. But I don't think that repeats itself on the wireless, where now they are saddled into a vantage position. And given what's going on in the market, I think it's high time that operators raise their prices. And that's because of a few reasons. I think the whole pricing syndrome is becoming a little dichotomous, because on one end, we say that access has now gone down the Maslow's hierarchy. It is now roti, kapda, makan, and Wi-Fi, which is nothing but broadband. And on the other side, we don't want to pay for it. I think the other things that have accentuated the demand and the need for quality and experience is actually the COVID situation, where the telecom access now is not going to be only serving a basic connectivity, but is responsible for work from anywhere, is responsible for your healthcare services, your education services of your kids at home, entertainment for the whole family. And given that, I think we need to reposition the entire pricing factor. And I'll be very surprised if customers in India will not be willing to pay 300-400 rupees for this. If you go and buy Netflix, you pay a much bigger amount for a month. And I think given all these, it becomes even more relevant. The second thing, and more important, is that voice was linear. It was about putting a tower and connecting, but data is all non-linear. When you actually deliver a customer experience, it's an interplay between access, storage, content, devices, digital services, security, and many more things that come together in a non-linear fashion to make that happen. That cannot happen at $2 a customer per month. It's not going to serve any purpose. So I think now to reorient their networks, to go deeper inside homes, to allow work from anywhere, I think operators will have to invest, and that can only happen if price becomes a recovery mechanism for them, even if government brings on the levies, which is not on the cards right now, but they have to really self-help over here. And finally, and very importantly, 5G is staring at us. We can only delay it. We cannot wish it away. I think given all this, if we were not to double our ARPUs in the next 12 months, there'll be a serious challenge to find enough cash to then pump back into customer experience and stay competitive.
Right, fair point. Naveen, what is stopping telecom companies from considering a fat price hike? Reliance Jio has gone market share. Now they've got investors, so I'm sure they would be very critical about the ARPUs and growth of Jio business. Sunil Mittal says ARPUs are not going to sustain. Kumar Mangalam Birla has said ARPUs will not sustain. Mukesh Ambani has said that the voice business and 2G business should die down, but nobody is biting the bullet. I mean, it's like billi ki gale mein ghanti koi nahi bandh raha hai. Nobody is considering a price hike.
Yeah, so I think, so from a mobility perspective, price hike is inevitable, as Sanjay alluded to it, right? So that's something which is bound to happen. Right now, I think the situation is, it all depends on the, currently the I would say that how Vodafone Idea actually play the market from here on. So there are multiple factors which are in play right now. Right? What is the kind of funding that they are looking at? What is the market share which is needed for them to sustain the business? And of course, eventually the ARPU, right? So, so pricing action is just one aspect of the whole Vodafone Idea survival equation, right? So that's not the only aspect here. If Vodafone Idea increases the price and it's not necessarily followed by the others, and to that extent they will lose market share, and then sustainability is a question mark. So the larger point here is that Vodafone Idea needs to have a clear-cut business plan, right, which is in terms of investing in their network, investing in their business, right, which is and thereafter increase the tariffs, right, so that when the tariffs are increased, the customers will continue to stick with the operator because the operator is providing that quality of product. So that is those are the challenges I think for the market. So probably we need to wait and watch out for what actually happens, right? So thereafter we'll start seeing price hike, because if Vodafone Idea increases prices and they can hold on to their customers, then Bharti and Jio will also increase the prices, right? Because they tend to gain more than Vodafone Idea. But the question is, if Vodafone Idea increases the prices and they lose customers big time, then the survival will be at stake. So for them to not lose customers, they have to invest in the business, they have to make their network stronger. So there are a lot of multiple factors which are in play right now. I think it's a matter of time before the price hikes come in, but it's going to be something that we'll have to wait and watch for some time. So I think that's going to be a very interesting game to see how the whole pricing dilemma plays out in the telecom sector.
Sure. Okay. Sanjay, let's talk about what's happening with Vodafone, right now. I mean, it's a pretty tough situation that the company finds itself in. Is it possible even for them to participate or get into this tariff war at this stage? I mean, the odds currently super stacked up against them.
Well, yes. Be in their shoes and see what you can do. Look, there are a lot of positives. My own belief now is that VIL is over that stage where it is winding off tomorrow. That ain't happening, right? They have brought in a new brand. They are actually consolidating on their position and on their stance to say we are a going concern and that we will be viable in times to come, or we'll give it our best shot to make it the company viable in times to come. So I think they are there in the market at least for a few years in the worst circumstance. In a good circumstance, they could be there forever. Given that, pricing premium for them probably may not be an option because they have a network game that they have to catch up on. And if they have to catch up on the 4G, sunset their 3G, maybe not sunset 2G tomorrow, but have plans for that, because they're using very expensive spectrum to deliver TDM services, which cannot be viable or sustainable in the long run for anybody. So they are not in a position where they are going to set, any premium on their pricing. So they will probably garner and stick on to their customer with a little bit of improvement on their network and on their services, and partly by being attractive on prices. The guys who can actually take the game away from them are either Jio or Airtel, and more Jio than Airtel. With the sort of funding that Jio has received, I think it is time for Jio to take the game away from others. Pricing can be replicated, but customer experience cannot be replicated without huge amount of resources, without huge amount of capital investment, and that takes away the game. And everywhere in the world, when you look at what's going on, it is not the cheapest price player who leads the market. It is the service provider who provides the best experience to the customers, who leads the market. And if that is true, with fully funded Jio, with the sort of investors they've got, with strategic partners that they have, I mean, I would really be happy if they were to take this game away to customer experience all the way and say, guys, we are going to charge a premium, but we are going to give you the best service available. And Airtel is the other company that can do that. Can they do it ahead of Jio? I don't know, because I think one thing for sure, Jio has taken the thought leadership away, at least demonstrated in the last couple of years, that they are deciding what's going to happen. So So I guess Jio will have to take the lead. Airtel will soon follow and will not compete with them on price. And Voda Idea, to protect their base, will probably remain a trifle below these guys. But at every opportunity, they will inch up their price as well, because they know this game cannot be won with price. This game can be only won with customer experience. And where India is, I think we need to be very serious about that activity, because now telecom is not a vertical, it's a horizontal. It's serving every possible industry segment in the market through its services and its connectivity and access. And if they are not quality oriented and experience oriented, it'll be a letdown not only for their industry, but cross industries and India's competitiveness as well.
All right, gentlemen, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much. Always a pleasure to have you with us and probing some of these issues in depth.